So, welcome back to my channel, guys. As you can tell, we're gonna be doing a story time. Yes. So, this story time is about supposedly a guy I thought I loved. It's a funny story. Not really funny because I end up getting my heart broken, but so pretty much let's start from the beginning. So I knew him for about 5 or 6 years, I want to say, but we were friends only at the time. So let's take it back to 2017. 2017 was we were pretty much best friends at the time, but we would get drunk and stuff. And I mean, we would flirt around, but like nothing serious, right? So the end of 2017, we had got really, really, really drunk, and we were at my friend's house. So we were chilling, we were drinking, and I was gonna go home. And he was like, "Oh, I'll take you home." And I was like, "Oh, okay, then fine, sure." So getting my stuff, and like when we're driving home, he's like, "Oh, do you want to smoke a blunt?" You know? And I said, "Yeah, let's smoke a blunt." So I'm rolling it, and like he starts touching up on me, and I was like, okay, you know, like I'm drunk, I'm kind of feeling it, kind of not. And we started smoking the blunt, and like we started making out of nowhere. It was just like awkward at first, but it was like whatever's. So I kind of backed up and I started smoking the blunt. And we were done with the blunt or anything. Like I was acting all awkward, and I finally told him, I was like, "Oh, can you drop me off at home? You know, like my mom's waiting for me." So he's dropping me off at home, and then he was all like, "Oh, let's kick it tomorrow." And I was like, "Okay, just hit me up." Pretty much, I didn't want to hang out that next day because I felt awkward. Like he was like my best friend, and you know, like if you guys ever been in that position, you're just like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do?" You know. So that day had came, and like I was just like leaving no mom red. I didn't want to kick it, cause like pretty much at the end of the day, you're gonna ruin your relationship as a friend. But he ended up coming by my house, so I ended up going with him after all, since he stopped by. And we went to Three Rivers, and we were smoking, and like I was telling him, "Hey, like I don't think we should do anything because I feel awkward about it." He's like, "Why? Like we knew each other for so long." And he pretty much like made me feel comfortable, but like at the same time, I was just like, no, you know? Anyways, we ended up smoking. He ended up buying a 3-pack, and we were drinking. He was bumping music. And like, he started touching up on me again, and I was like, I don't know about this. So anyways, we ended up making out again. Ay, Lisa. So pretty much, I was kissing up on him as well, because it takes two to mingle. And I was just like, damn, like things just started going through my head. Like I don't know if that ever happened to you. Like, wow, he is cute. I mean, we do know each other. Like, I shouldn't feel awkward. So I was like, oh, you know what, fuck it. So I started making out, and like he was like touchy touchy, and I was like, fuck, I should stop. So there I go, grabbing my beer, to not make nothing awkward. And I started drinking my beer, and he's like, oh, what's wrong? And I was like, nothing. And like I'm over here with that a big ass cheeser, and he was like, something's up. And I was like, no, I'm okay. And he's like, all right then, I'm gonna be busy, for a couple of days, but I'll hit you up once I'm done working. So we finished our beers, and then we drove back. We drove for a little bit, hearing music, and then he finally dropped me off at home. And then I ended up crashing out, and then I got a text from him that night, but I didn't see it till the morning. And he was like, "Oh, how'd you wake up?" And I was like, "Oh, I feel good." And then he's like, "Oh, I was gonna go pick you up in the really night. And I was like, "Oh, I was dead asleep. Like, once you dropped me off, I was hella knocked out." And we were texting and everything, right? And a couple days had passed, because he was working, he was busy. And he finally picked me up. I think it was about 4 or 5 days. Yeah, 4 or 5 days. And we had got so wasted, like, ay, pinche Lisa, like, oh my gosh, like, yo, de pendeja, ay, free beers, fuck it. Well, I got super fucking drunk, and he was too. And I don't know how it happened, but it happened. You know what I mean? It happened. So I told him, I was like, hey, like, did you wear a condom? It's the first thing I fucking ask. And he's like, I pretty much don't remember. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was so mad at him. I was like, what the fuck? So for a couple fucking days, I was tripping. I wasn't getting my period, and I was thinking I was gonna be pregnant. I was like, what the fuck? So, it was almost about 2 weeks, and then I finally took a pregnancy test. And I wasn't pregnant. Thank fucking Lord. And I like really wasn't like, not texting him, not even calling him. Cause pretty much like I was like, what the fuck? Like I really put myself in this situation. And like he was like whatever's, like he knew what he was doing supposedly, but he was like, oh, but we didn't use a condom. So after me tripping for those few days, well, 2 weeks actually, not few days. The first few days it was bad. And he's like, well, didn't you tell me that it's hard for you to get pregnant? I was like, yeah, like when we were best friends, like we told each other everything, and like it is kind of hard for me to get pregnant. So like, yeah, I told him that, and he remembered about it, and I was like, but still, like, you never know. And I wasn't ready. So yeah, I was tripping hard. And he was like, oh, well, I'm happy you're not. We should have actually think this through instead of getting drunk. And I was like, thank you for actually realizing. And a couple days had passed, and like I was still texting him just as our friends, and he's like, hey, did you feel any type of way or something? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, oh, well, do you like me, or do you have feelings? And pretty much like I didn't know what to say, like he was cute and all, but like feelings, like I don't know, like I just don't want to go and say something and then end up getting my heart broken. And I told him, I was like, oh, well, I mean, you're cute and all, and I respect you. He's like, well, I do too. So like we're talking about like relationship and stuff in general, like just certain shit. And we went up to Rocky Hill, and we smoked a blunt, and like we were just talking about hella shit. And we ended up going to a party that very next day, and we had ended up doing it again. But when we were doing it, we were talking and we were like saying like, oh, should we be like fuck buddies? And like, I kind of like right away didn't say no, like, because he was attractive and all, and I kind of said like, what do you mean by fuck buddies? Like, just be fucking on the DL? And so like, yeah. And like, pretty much it was the middle of 2018 of last year, and it was like a couple months like we've been fucking already. Like, we're just like fuck buddies, like he said. And like, we would talk about everything, like just in case we got pregnant, like if I got pregnant, like we would talk about everything, like relationships and like bitches he would text. And sometimes he would look at my phone, but I would tell him that, I'm not really texting no one, like I'm not fucking anybody, like you're the only one. So like, when we wouldn't hang out, he would blow me up. Like, what are you doing? Like, who you with? But I wouldn't do that to him. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, this nigga's insecure, or like, And pretty much he was getting jealous because we weren't hanging out no more. Like, we were still fucking, but I would hardly hit him up when I wanted some. So like, he was like getting all mad and stuff, and like, he's like, hey, I'm gonna pick you up, so we can talk. So he picked me up, and we fucked for a while. And then when we were done fucking, we were in his car, and like, we started talking, like, I pretty much told him like, we're not gonna be dating, and like, you pretty much don't want me as your girlfriend, so like, what the fuck am I doing, like just being your fuck buddy, At that point, I was feeling some type of way because it was close to like 5 or 6 months of just fucking. And of course, I was getting like fed up about it, because I like wanted something real. Like, I don't want to keep like fucking and being your like side piece, because I mean, he had his own, like, pretty much I was being loyal. Even though we weren't dating, I was loyal. I don't know why. And like, he had bitches like he would fucking shit, So I started like feeling some type of way, like, I think we should just stay being friends and this and that. And he was like, what the fuck, like, why, And I was like, well, you're texting bitches and like, you're dating someone right now. Like, I'm not stupid. I ended up figuring it out. And he's like, oh no, like, that's just a side bitch. And I was like, oh, so pretty much I am too, He's like, no, you're different, like, when we fuck, we actually have emotion, and feelings when we're fucking. I was like, okay. And I was just like, well, I mean, you don't want to be dating, so like, I'm just wasting my time and stuff, So I was just like, whatever's about it. I was just kind of mad because he wasn't understanding my point of view. And the next day we had linked up and we fucked again. And, he said, I love you. And, okay, I take I love you serious. Like, like, you're not just gonna fuck somebody, good, and say, oh, I love you. And then be like, oh, do you want me to put your hair? Like, then talk freaky. Like, if you say love you, it's for a reason, like, we've been fucking almost for 5-6 months. And then you want to say I love you? Like, I didn't even say that shit when I was enjoying it. So we were done fucking, and I told him, I was like, hey, you said that word. And he was like, what word? I was like, And then I told him, I was like, oh, you said I love you, and then he's like, yeah, I do. I was like, but what do you mean? You know? He's like, I really care about you. Like, you mean something to me, you know? And I was like, what do you mean by that? And he's like, well, you do mean something to me. Like, if you were to stop talking to me or if you were to move, like, I would feel some type of way, you know? And then, I don't know, I started, like, getting, like, a lot of feelings. Like, it was bad. Like, I would get jealous so much, even when he would hang out with people. It was bad. And I told him, I was like, I take that word serious, you know, like, you just can't say if you don't mean it. He's like, I did meant it. And I was like, you did? He's like, yeah. Like, he grabbed me and, like, he was, like, giving me kisses and shit, you know, like, making me feel better. And I was like, okay, you know, like, I wasn't mad no more. And I started working. So I was, like, busy. And, like, we wouldn't really, like, see each other that much. And we would try to see each other, you know. And I was busy with work. And then we would still text each other, like, check up on each other. And then we ended up kicking it. And I fucked up. I really fucked up bad. So we want to go smoke, like we always do. We always be smoking. So he ended up taking me somewhere different. We went up to Three Rivers. Like, he had this spot, you know, and he had some chelas already ready for me. Like, he pretty much knew I love to drink. And we were chilling. And, like, before we were about to fuck, I told him, I was like, hey, are you still, like, with your girl? And, like, I mean, I didn't feel bad at first because pretty much we were fucking before he got with his girl, you know? So I was the one feeling some type of way, even though the bitch didn't know nothing. But I told him, I was like, hey, you're still with her? He's like, no. So, yo de pendeja, I believed it, right? That he wasn't with her no more. But then I heard from a little birdie that day, like, I think 2 days later, I ended up figuring out that he was still with her because he posted up a picture. And I didn't have him on his second Facebook. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was so fucking mad. So I kind of felt stupid for fucking that day, right? Not 2 days later when I found out. But that day that I fucked him, you know, like, it was just like, what the fuck? Like, I should have never fucked him. Like, this nigga's, like, fucking with my feelings and shit. And I ended up saying, like, I have, like, too much feelings for you. Like, I mean, I love you in some type of way, but then I hate you. And he's like, you have to be more, like, straight up about it, you know? Like, you either love me or you don't. And I said, well, if I love you 100%, I don't want to be hurt because you're still going to be doing what you're doing. And I was like, we were chilling, right? And we were, like, doing what we were doing. And then when we ended up driving back home, like, I was a little quiet, but not really. We're talking still. We're talking about his family and my family. And those 2 days that passed, when I found out he was still with his girlfriend, I was so hurt because how are you going to tell me that you love me and you have feelings for me, but you don't want to date? So pretty much I was just feeling like I was used so bad. And I was just a toy for him. Like, it took me long to realize, like, I don't know. And he dropped me off and he's like, oh, te quiero, buenas noches. And I was like, okay, pues bye. You know, because he talks English and Spanish. And he left, and I sent him, like, a big paragraph just explaining to him, like, dude, like, I don't know how things change so quick from becoming best friends to, you know, me loving you. Like, that's a big step for me to even take, you know, knowing the fact that we're fuck buddies and like you feel some type of way as well, but you still want to be a fuck boy and not be in a relationship, you know? So I don't know whether to take you serious or not, because I love you is a big word. Like, you just can't say it unless you mean it. But he kept saying like, oh, but I meant it, you know, and I have feelings for you. And I was like, dude, like, we talk about relationships and all this, but like ain't nothing happening. So pretty much I feel like you're using me. And he's like, I'm not, you know, like, I really do care about you. Like, I just need you to understand that. I know I be fucking up, but these bitches ain't nothing compared to you. And I believed it. One of my friend was pretty much saying like he's using you and this and that. I didn't believe her. I just didn't want to get it through my head like this nigga really loves me, you know, like one day like he'll end up asking me out or something. So it had came around about a year and 3 months now. Year and 3 months that we've been fucking. And for me, that's a very long time. Like, that time we could have, that whole time, we could actually build something or even started, you know? But no, we were still fuck buddies. I would still hit him up sometimes when I wanted some, but it would mostly be him to hit me up to fuck. And he knew how I felt. Like, he cared, but didn't care what he was doing on his own time, you know? So pretty much I just felt like I was like wasting my fucking time and like thinking he's gonna love me back even if he says that word. So we would go to parties and shit, you know, and like when he would get really drunk, he would want to like talk to girls and shit, you know, and I would get fucking mad. Like, it was on sight. Like, I would want to fuck him up there. And like, I would just like walk away, you know, like when he's acting stupid, when he's really drunk. I just didn't want to be there. I was like, what the fuck, you know, like, and I couldn't leave because, of course, we came together in his car. So I just had to deal with it, you know, like, I hated being in that situation. And I was like, damn, you know, I like went through so much bullshit. Like, I was there with him through thick and thin. And of course, and then, like, you know, just his sweet talks and like when he would talk to me and like tell me all this and that, like, I love you, you shouldn't be getting mad, this and that. Like, you just can't keep playing with people's emotions. Like, that shit really fucked me up because I really thought that I loved this nigga, you know, like from best friends to actually loving him. Like, that's so you know that I do stuff like with other bitches, you know. I was like, but yeah, you said it's different, you know. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, you said it's different with me, besides those bitches, you know. And he's like, well, yeah, I feel some type of way with you. I was like, so why can't you leave all those bitches and just be with me? Like, what's so hard for you just to like stay with me, you know? And he pretty much said he wasn't really ready for relationships because of his last one. It was bad and like he doesn't want to go through a heartbreak and all this and that. I was like, whoa, I'm not gonna hurt you, you know? And we kept talking about like hella shit, and he pretty much said that he's still gonna be there for me. He's gonna give me my space that I need, and that he always will love me. So it's just like a slap in my face, pretty much, wasting my time just fucking, thinking I was gonna get this nigga right, but no. And a couple months had passed, and it was like a year and 6 months, and like we didn't like fuck for like I think 2 months. And a party had came up, and of course he was there, and like he was already buzzing, like I was drunk, and he seen me and he's like, oh, let's dance. So we danced. We were dancing, and then he was like, oh, do you want to go to my house? You know, like I'm by myself. And then I was like, in my head I was saying no, but my mouth said yes. So yeah. And I went to his house. I spent the night there. We did it after 2 months. Like, it was crazy. Like, it was so much affection. Like, it was crazy. And we were done, you know, and we were laying down hugging each other. And he was like, I hope you understand one day that you'll always be something to me. And I was like, oh, I get it. You know, I just don't want to bring nothing up no more. I understand you. I just want to keep doing me. And he's like, well, can we still, like, see each other and link up? And I was like, yeah, I guess, you know, here and there. Not all the time. And pretty much, I went my separate way. And he was doing his own thing. And he had spread a rumor to one of his cousins. And then his cousin spread that rumor. And it was just all bad. So pretty much some of his friends were hitting me up to fuck. And I was so fucking mad because, you know, I was telling these niggas, like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, nothing is true. I never did nothing with him, you know, making him look stupid, you know. And he was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, that's what we heard. And I was like, well, you heard wrong. You heard fucking wrong. You need to see it for your fucking self before you text me. And then I hit him up. I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, oh, I was drunk. I should have never told him nothing. Like, I know my fucking primo, how he is, and this and that. I was like, wow, dude, fucking wow. So I was like fucking mad and hurt, you know, like, what the fuck? Like, you're over here making me look like a hoe or some shit, you know? And he was like, no, it's not fucking like that, this and that. And then that month that was ending, I fucking found out this nigga was gonna get married. Like, anyways, so I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was so fucking hurt knowing that he was gonna get married. I was like, I'm over here thinking, like, was he always with this bitch on the DL? And was he always gonna get, like, was he eventually gonna marry her, you know? So pretty much, I was just the whole time a side piece, a fucking toy to him. Even though he did meet, like, he did meant some things to me, you know? But who knows? Anyways, I had blocked him and everything. He was still trying to get a hold of me and stuff. And I was just so fucking mad. Like, you didn't want to be in a relationship, but you're planning on getting married. Like, how the fuck does that fucking work? Like, I know my pussy was that good because you kept coming back. And it was for a year and almost 3 months. So, and you were gonna get married. So I blocked him and everything, right? And like, he had made a fake snap trying to add me, but I found out it was him. So we're pretty much acquaintance. It's like whatever. It's like hi, bye. And we kind of went our separate ways. And I realize now, you know, like, before you meet someone, really get to know him. Because I pretty much didn't know a lot about him. Knowing that he was my best friend. Like, I didn't know a lot about him. Like, it was crazy. And, I mean, it is what it is. That was someone I thought I loved. And I thought I was going to make something with him. But, who knows? So, I hope you guys liked the video. Stay tuned for more. And if you guys are new, I'm Lisa. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video.